Hello everyone and welcome back to the finals of the Magnus Carlsen Chess Tour. It's match 3 and it's game 5 of the Magnus Carlsen versus Hikaru Nakamura matchup. So what happened in the first 4 rapid games? First, Magnus took the lead in game 1, then game 2 ended in a very quick draw, as Magnus also went for a quick draw in the Berlin with the white pieces. Then game 3 ended by Hikaru equalizing the match, the game that we've skipped. We're going to show this game tomorrow, as it's again a really complicated game and I really want to do it tomorrow when I will have a bit more time. And then the fourth game also of the Rapids ended in a draw. And then this is the first game of the Blitz, which is just incredible. It's an absolute privilege to show you this game because I don't think we've had a game with so many awesome lines for quite a while now. It's a Blitz game. The Rapid section is over. 2 more Blitz games before we go into Armageddon or before the match is concluded in the Blitz section. So let's check it out. Nakamura with the white pieces again goes for e4. Sorry about that. And again, we will have a nice Berlin defense discussion. We have e5, knight f3, knight to c6, and bishop to b5. So the Ruy Lopez once again on the board, knight f6 and d3. So repeating the line, bishop to c5, and now captures on c6. We have d captures and the knight b to d2. So preparing to shift the knight to c4 like in every game so far. Castles by Magnus, and now comes queen to e2, so a bit of a different idea than the immediate knight to c4. Rook to e8, now defending the pawn this way, and now knight to c4. We have knight to d7, defending, preparing f6, and now bishop to d2. So now the bishop can also come to c3 to add another attacker to the e5 pawn. We have b5 by Magnus and knight back to e3. Now the knight can come to f5 if possible, and now knight to f8 by Magnus. So now the bishop also covers f5, so it's not a problem. And here h5. And this position has been reached a few times. However, every time that this position was reached, either a5 or bishop to d6 was played. However, here Magnus plays knight to e6, and it is a new move in the position. So he says, I'm playing my knight to d4 or to f4 to attack your queen, and it's gonna be really problematic. And you don't have a lot of good ideas here. For example, if c3 to prevent my knight from coming here, knight f4 is incredibly dangerous because it attacks this pawn, it attacks the queen. If the queen moves, then it also attacks the d3 pawn twice. So not the way you want to play this. However, Magnus missed one idea that Hikaru can play in this position to really gain a lot of advantage. So feel free to pause the video and find this idea while I give you a couple of seconds. So for those of you who were able to do it, congratulations on spotting that the e5 pawn can actually be captured. And for those of you who just want to enjoy the show, it's knight captures on e5. And when Magnus saw this, he was not happy, because here you have to calculate, and you have to calculate a lot, because, the ideas that you were hoping to do, like, let's say knight to f4, just attacking the queen, let's say opening up an attack on the knight, doesn't work because white can just play queen f3 and attack your knight. So not really something great. Or even instead of this, you can even go for a double attack with knight captures on c6. You grab a pawn, you grab another pawn, and now you don't care about your own queen being attacked, because you also attack his queen. So this is one thing that's possible. Another thing that's possible, let's say you go knight to d4. Now there's an even greater knight captures on f7, and this is just amazing. So you grab the second pawn, and of course you want to trade queens now, because you also attack black's queen. And after queen f6, there's the incredible, now it seems like you're losing that piece, but there's the queen h5. Brilliant. Because now, if the queen goes for the knight, then you can capture the bishop on c5, and you're just up in material. So what you would have to do here after queen to h5 is not capture on f7 with the queen, but rather go for knight captures on c2 check, forking the king and the rook, forcing knight captures on c2 to open up this attack on the f2 pawn, queen captures, and now king to d1. And here, again, if you go after the knight, the bishop hangs, so you'd probably have to go for queen captures on g2. But now knight to h6 check. This is really incredible. Because if king to f8, you can just checkmate the king with queen to f7. Brilliant stuff. And if you capture, then it's just queen captures on e8 with check. bishop blocks, and now comes knight to e3, and here black just doesn't have anything to do. It seems like black is doing well because black can actually capture both of the rooks, but if Magnus went for this line, it's very much possible that we would have an immortal game on our hands, like a true immortal game. Because here, captures with check, king c2 opens up an attack on the queen, also threatens to bring the rook into the game. If the queen moves, bishop to b4 will be an idea. So here, you can capture the other rook as well, but then bishop b4, and there's nothing you can do. If bishop b7 to open up the attack here and defense, queen e6 check, will go king h8, now bishop to c3 check, bishop to g7, you can block this, but now comes captures, and the knight f5 check. So all the pieces get utilized, king f8, and now a nice checkmate here with the queen. So these are only some of the possibilities that can happen if Magnus decides to go for ideas like knight to f4 or knight to d4 after Hikaru's knight captures on e5. So Magnus here should have gone for queen to f6. This is the best defense. And now after Hikaru grabs another pawn, you're going to grab on b2, white castles, and the game continues. Hikaru would be up a pawn, but Magnus would have the bishop pair. And it's a blitz game, you know, and anything can happen, you just continue playing. However, after this knight captures an e5 move, you can see that we're spending quite a lot of time on this one move. But Magnus played a5, and now it's a problem because now Hikaru gets a clear way into the black camp. Queen to h5, goes after the f7 pawn. So Magnus defends it, g6, and now comes queen f3, again attacking f7. We have f6 now by Magnus, pushing the knight back, and only now knight captures on c6 with check. Queen to d7, attacking the knight here, but now another incredible tactical shot by Hikaru. Queen captures on f6, sacrificing the knight now, as you have plans for your pieces to start attacking. You no longer care about the knight on c6. So here, queen captures, and now Hikaru played bishop to c3. Another incredible move was knight to g4, simply threatening knight to h6 checkmate as the queen controls these squares. However, you would have to calculate that after bishop to f8, you have knight to e5, attacking the queen and preparing queen f7 check, h5 is coming, and so on. For example, if queen d6, you just play queen f7 check, king h8, and now, again, you sacrifice the knight, h5. There's nothing black can do here. It's just incredible. For example, if you capture the knight, then just h captures on g6, and that's it. You're getting checkmate, and nothing you can do here. If you try this, and then just queen to h7 checkmate, and just an incredible position. So after queen captures on c6, we have bishop to c3 by Hikaru instead of this knight to g4 move. And now rook to f8. Magnus needs to start running away with the king. So queen h8 check, king f7, and now queen captures on h7. King to e8 by Magnus, and now queen captures on g6. So Hikaru just gobbling up everything with tempo. King to d7, and now, of course, the finisher d4. And the pawn is attacked twice. However, Hikaru is hoping for bishop captures and then just a queenside castle to add another rook into the attack. So Magnus tries b4 instead, attacking Hikaru's bishop as well. But Hikaru just captures here. We have b captures on c5. And it was in this position on move 22 that Magnus Carlsen resigned the game. And, well, he resigned because there is nothing more to be done here. Point is that, well, now your position is just completely busted, the queenside castle is coming, and if you try to win back a piece with b captures on c3, then just castles and the king has nowhere to go. King e7, knight d5 check is coming, you have to go under the mask of the rook. King d8, knight b4 check wins the queen easily. It's just game over. So after 22 moves, Magnus resigns and Hikaru takes the lead in the match in the blitz section. And I don't know if I will have time to show you the second blitz game, but all in all, I will now mention the result if anyone's not interested, you know, close your ears. The second blitz game ended in a draw, which means Hikaru wins the third match and again takes the lead in this entire match series of sets of whatnot. So really incredible stuff. So it seems like today we had complete opposite of what happened yesterday. Yesterday, Hikaru took the early lead and Magnus equalized in game 3, and then Magnus won in blitz. And now we have the exact same opposite. Magnus takes the lead in game 1, Hikaru equalizes in game 3, and then takes the win in the blitz section without reaching Armageddon. And like I said, we are going to show the game 3 of the rapid section, but I'm going to show it tomorrow, as I will have more time tomorrow. So yeah, incredible stuff. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Really, really, truly, and well, I mean, the game is a brilliancy. 22 moves against Magnus. Just, I mean, wow. And you can see how many lines there were, especially that crazy line with the double rook sacrifice. Just incredible. So yeah, that's the game. I do hope you enjoyed it. I would like to thank Mandy Goshal, Brian Powell, Sandy Harris, James Morris, and Russell Lloyd for a contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon, continuing the coverage of the finals, checking up on your wonderful suggestions, and whatever else happens in the chess world. Thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your Sunday, unless it's already Monday where you're at. See you soon.